name is Valerie Kowalski. I'm a student here at Brunswick Community College, and I'm going to talk to you this evening about how growing up poor impacted my decisions as an adult. So according to Christopher Ingram of the Washington Post, there are 1 in 3 children in the U.S. that live in poverty. 1 in 3. So even as a child who lived it, those numbers still surprise me. A couple of years ago when I started school, I began to dig into these numbers in a big way. I wrote sociology papers on them. I aligned with an organization that serves children, and I developed an insatiable curiosity into why. Today I'm going to tell you how growing up poor impacted my life personally and made me who I am today. At an early age, I was determined to get out of the situation I was in. I grew up in West Virginia, and I made it my goal to leave the depressed economy there as soon as I could. Growing up poor gave me a relentless drive to work hard. I found a job as soon as I was legally allowed to as a telemarketer. To give you an idea of how old I am, I was selling portraits for a picture studio. As my career progressed, I found that my work ethic was far superior to my colleagues. I would often arrive early and be the last one to leave. I felt guilty taking vacations and often went to work sick. Not advocating this behavior, but it did get noticed, and I raised in the ranks of management at the young age of 20. This drive can also be counterproductive. I often take on projects that are additional responsibilities than I know that I shouldn't, and I can take on additional projects at one time, which can be overwhelming. Now that I've told you how growing up poor impacted my drive to work hard, I would like to tell you about the place in my heart that it gave me for single mothers. So my mother dedicated her life to raising me. I was her only child. It was me and her against the world. As a single mother, anytime the school called for a parent to attend a function or a conference, which was more often in those days than it is now, there was no one to defer to. The responsibility of academics is completely on the one parent. Single mothers are the single disciplinarian. In today's world, the task of teaching our youth the difference between right and wrong is more difficult because of the influence of technology than it has ever been. Imagine doing that by yourself. The financial burden on senior mothers is magnified. The price of daycare is often so high that the single mother has to choose between staying home or working outside the home and paying their entire paycheck in daycare. Many employers are reluctant to employ single mothers during the working school hours. In addition to giving me a strong work ethic and a special place in my heart for single mothers, growing up poor gave me the determination to help others. Once I reached financial stability, my first mission was to move my mom to North Carolina, where I could take better care of her. I wanted to make sure that she didn't have to worry about food, a warm place to live, or comfortability. Today, none of us live the life of luxury, but all of us are blessed to have more than our needs met. The next thing that was important for me was to start to give back to the community. My daughter had to do community service through her school, so we started out mentoring a young child through the Big Buddy program. As I started to get more involved in the program, I realized what an impact that it made on the community. Hundreds of people would show up to the Christmas party, the backpack event, and the Make a Difference Day. As I volunteered for these events, I started to lend my managerial skills to some of their events to help them run more smoothly. Today, I spend a large amount of my time volunteering with the Big Buddy program. I relate to the families involved in this program and am personally rewarded by them every day. In conclusion, growing up poor made me who I am today, and I honestly do not think I would change it. I'm so thankful that I'm in a position today to provide for my family and to see my mother living comfortably. I am still searching for the reason why when asking the hierarchical question as to the number of U.S. children living in poverty. I will leave you with these final thoughts. The U.S. spends less on social programs than any other industrialized nation. During the recession, social programs were cut by even more, causing the number of children living in poverty to increase. These statistics, combined with my humble upbringing, will continue to drive me in my future endeavors to make a difference and facilitate change. Okay, I got stuck in the middle. Okay.